What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the First Down Saints YouTube channel. So, today I want to talk a little bit about should we be worried about the Saints' recent defensive performances in the second half against the Green Bay Packers and against Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers this past Sunday? So, my answer to that question, should we be worried, is yes and no. First, I'll start with the yes. Why should we be worried? Lack of pressure. I think the first two games against the Panthers and the Tennessee Titans, our defensive line was eating. I mean, Carl Granderson looked great. I mean, it got him a big contract. Cam Jordan looked good. The interior looked nice. But as the games have gone on against the Packers and against more recent game against the Bucks, the pressure just has not been there, particularly in the second halves of games. I think a lot of the big plays that were able to be made from Baker Mayfield were due to just being able to sit around in the pocket and wait for something to come open, particularly that last touchdown that really iced the game for them. Just way too much time in the pocket. You could give Nathan Peterman that much time in the pocket, and he's going to end up finding somebody. He might find another team, but he's going to find somebody. Now, Dennis Allen is a coach who likes to run a lot of defensive line stunts and games to kind of free guys up and get pressure on the quarterback when you're not really doing it well with just a basic four-man rush, and that kind of worked against them a little bit against the Buccaneers on that touchdown to Mayfield. They ran a game, and the defensive linemen just kind of ran into each other, and it was just really bad all around right there. But I think in terms of should we be worried? Yes, because of the lack of pressure. Because again, we got what we got, right? Nobody's coming to save us. I don't see the Saints making a big splash trade or anything like that. Like I said, they just signed Carl Granderson to a pretty big contract, so he's going to be that guy. And then you got Cam Jordan on the other side. So I don't see anything happening on that front. Now, obviously, the Saints, with them losing Peyton Turner earlier in the year, they were going to count on him for some big third down, pressure on the quarterback. But again, with him being out, we got what we got. So on that front, yes, we should be worried because the lack of pressure is concerning. And I mean, like I said, you give any NFL quarterback that amount of time, they're going to make some plays. So on the flip side, why I say no, we also shouldn't be worried. Watching back the game against the Buccaneers, I was expecting to see a lot more bad things on tape, and there were definitely some things that definitely need to be cleaned up. But I would say overall, it was just a really good called game from the Buccaneers offense and their offensive coordinator. Must be nice, right? The way they were able to make multiple formations and personnel groupings look like the same play was really impressive. There were multiple times throughout the game that they would run and pass from the same exact looks, which obviously keeps the defense on their heels because they don't know what's coming next, right? So looking back, to me, in my opinion, it was more of a really good game by the Buccaneers offense than a bad game against the Saints defense. I think the Buccaneers scored 24 points, and I mean this is the modern NFL. You have to expect your offense to be able to keep up with them, especially only scoring 24 points. It's not like here in 2023 that's a crazy amount. I guess for the Saints offense it is, but you have to just when the defense is going to hold them to that, you have to expect your offense to be able to keep up, I should say. And I feel like I have to mention, obviously, the defense is going to be getting some guys back here soon. Marcus May will be back from suspension, and it looks like Paulson Adebo should be good to go next week. And I think that'll be huge as well for what Dennis Allen and the Saints like to do on defense, because we've seen guys already. You've seen the Packers and Dobbs and the Buccaneers take advantage of guys like Isaac Yiadom, I believe is how you say it. And don't get me wrong, he's actually played a lot better than I expected. He's played well, but teams are just going to keep targeting him until Paulson Adebo is back out there on the field. So just to sum things up, yes, I think it is a little concerning just due to the lack of pressure that the Saints defensive line has been able to generate. And even when they're running stunts and stuff, they haven't really gotten home. So that is concerning to me, although I do think it'll get fixed. But with that being said, like I talked about, I didn't think it was a poor performance by any stretch of the imagination from the Saints defense against the Bucks. I just think the Bucks called a really good game. Now, I'm not saying they played great or anything. Believe me, they did not play great. There were a few busted coverages and some run responsibilities that were blown, but other than that, like I don't think they played awful, is what I'm trying to say. That's the end of this quick little video. I just wanted to talk about that really quickly. Appreciate you guys watching as usual.